Miami in, Notre Dame out. Cristobal good? Let's find out the answers to all of these topics and dig a little deeper with my man Joe from Miami Nights Podcast next here on the College Huddle. And joining me now live here at the College Huddle Studios is Joe from the Miami Nights Podcast. Joe, congratulations. You're in.
Thank you. It's still kind of hard to believe. I'll be honest with you. Can't believe it. When that U logo flashed on the screen on Selection Sunday, I wish I had my reaction video posted. I wish I was filming it because it was unbelievable, the feeling that I had. But excited. Get to join Ohio State here with you. You guys are regulars in this thing, so it's nice to have a new face in the playoff.
All right, so let's give me your feelings here. Obviously, the emotion was high. Obviously you guys were in, but for weeks they had Notre Dame ahead of you guys, and then all of a sudden the flip flop happens. I'm going to start by saying, is this, or just straight up asking, is this the committee feeling like they needed to get an ACC team in, and that's what happened here? Or is it something else? Is it just the head-to-head? Give me your breakdown here, and I'm going to throw up the ACC stats. As you can see, Duke actually won the ACC, but there's Miami with the best record.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask any Miami fan going into that Duke Virginia ACC championship, every Miami fan except for true Manny Diaz haters were cheering for Duke to win that thing, just because it was another layer on this college football playoff committee's decision that it had to be in their minds that there's ACC being one of those Power Four conferences and you're going to leave them out of it completely. It had to be part of it, but to be honest with you, I think the head-to-head, and I was preaching it from day one, the head-to-head had to matter. I get when those first rankings came out, Miami was at 18, Notre Dame was at, 10, 9 or 10 or so. There was like 8 spots in between them. Or maybe it was 16 versus 8. I can't quite remember. At that point, it made a little bit of sense because Miami's lost 2 of their last 3. We did not look good. And Notre Dame was on a nice little win streak. But in the past month, regardless of Sunday, the past month, Miami and Notre Dame's resumes have been almost identical, and the head-to-head had to matter. So going into Sunday, it was one of those things where it was like, they have to make this decision now. It seemed like they have just kind of been punting it week after week, truly probably hoping one of these teams was going to lose and make their decision easy for them. It didn't happen. Both finished 10-2. And you just had to make it happen. So all of the, they needed to be side by side, that kind of stuff, I think that's all just talk. I really just think the head-to-head mattered at the end of the day. And I think the committee expected Miami to lose, honestly, one of their last 4 games when they had them so far apart to begin with.
Straight up question. Virginia wins. Is Notre Dame in over Miami, you think?
I don't think so. I think Miami, you can't there's no argument to put Notre Dame in ahead of Miami. I can't find any reasonable argument that makes sense with the resumes and the head-to-head playing week 1. Miami always had to be over Notre Dame.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take your reasoning there. Let's talk about this fella, Mario Cristobal, man.
Yeah.
2 years in a row now, he's led Miami to 10 wins. 10-3 last year, 10-2 right now, currently this year. What do the Miami fans currently think of Mario Cristobal, and where do you think this team might be heading moving forward here?
I'll tell you what, I've always been a huge Mario Cristobal fan. That is not the case for not a majority of this fan base. I would say maybe a little less than half. I'd say about 40% of this fan base was starting to really question Mario Cristobal, especially after that SMU loss by My own brother, my co-host on this podcast, he said that he was about done with Mario, and all of a sudden now you've got 100% of the fan base completely on board. And he actually went on with Kirk Herbstreit and Joey Galloway yesterday and talked about the fact that he made adjustments, that he had to open up the playbook a little bit. They kind of had to cut loose. And so when you get with the now you see the results, Miami in the playoff 4 years after him taking over, it's been a steady increase in production, in wins, in just how this team has looked year over year. Couple that with his elite recruiting skills. Our NIL seems to be in a good place, and like the with Mario Cristobal and his recruiting, and now the results showing. I mean, the sky's the limit here for Miami. Like, we are very excited about having him at the helm. And it was almost 4 years ago to the day of Selection Sunday that he was announced as the head coach. So it's pretty cool to see where this program has come.
All right, Joe, I'm just going to come right out and ask you, is the U back?
No. Any
Ooh,
any
okay.
true Hurricane fan will tell you the 5 national championships is our history. What Miami did in the 80s into the late 90s, early 2000s, we can't be back until we win a championship. This is just another step, a huge step, a step that we haven't seen. The fact that we are now in contention to compete for a national championship, we're in the playoffs, anything can happen. It's a giant step, but no, Miami is not back yet.
Okay. All right. I
We
thought
got
for
high
certain.
standards over here, Eric.
No,
You wouldn't
no,
believe it after 20 years, but we do.
I I appreciate that. I think that too many fan bases move the goalposts on their standards based off of trying to help themselves cope from year to year.
Yeah.
And I think the standard is the standard, and it never should change.
Yeah.
So I actually commend you on your answer. I think that is the answer. What the answer should be for the program of the caliber of Miami, a program the caliber of Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, USC. Those are the blue bloods of college football. That should
Yeah.
be the standards, and they don't change. Not saying that some other programs can't be the next tier down or whatever, but if you have a national championship caliber standard, it should never ever change, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, so no, I commend you for that. All right, so let me ask you the follow up tough question then: is Mario Cristobal the guy to get it done?
He is. And this is honestly something that we have said on our show a lot. A lot of Miami Hurricane fans feel this sentiment. If Mario Cristobal's not the guy, then we really don't know who is, because you're talking about a guy who he really is a leader of men. He is like a great CEO type coach. He's an elite recruiter. He's built programs from the bottom up, and he knows how to build a winning program. And if he can't get it done at his alma mater with all of the resources he has now, like, I just don't know who that guy would be for Miami. And so that was why the way that Miami hired him, it was a bit messy. There was a lot of dollars thrown at him. It was a little bit desperate from Miami to try to get him. And it was like this, it's kind of now or never type thing. Now, I mean, obviously there would be another coach, Miami would find somebody, but it's like, if Mario Cristobal can't get it done here, then who is going to be able to? So this is just another kind of um an affirmation for what we've been feeling, that he is the guy, and he's got us to a place that we have not seen in a very long time.
Let me throw a name at you. Interesting rumor I caught wind of yesterday. A former Buckeye number one recruiter in the country, Brian Hartline, took the
Yep.
job at USF.
Yeah.
It's his first head coaching job. He has a ton of relationships with the Florida Express 7-on-7 group of fellows that produced, Brandon Ennis, Jeremiah Smith. The list of names is um, astronomical from that group of 7-on-7 kids. There was a statement made to me that he's going to USF if Cristobal can't get it done in 2 years and he succeeds there would be an open door for him to slide in at Miami. Your thoughts?
I mean, I can't even wrap my head around having a new coach in a couple years and it being a someone like Brian Hartline because of where we're at now. I would say Brian Hartline has been an absolute thorn in Miami's side on the recruiting trail, and the amount of elite South Florida wide receivers that Miami has tried to go after and have been close to closing on that have gone to Ohio State in the last several years is brutal. I think it's an absolute home run hire for USF after losing Golish. I thought Golish was a great coach. And I think just his ability to recruit and coach that kind of talent. But I mean, I truly, it would be a huge disappointment. I think where Mario Cristobal is now, Brian Hartline has so much to prove as Miami's not in the position to have like a guy that's kind of unproven as a head coach. Now, if he goes and kills it at USF and becomes this absolute dog there, and then Miami has this huge collapse, I could entertain it. But we're not in the business like FSU and UF are right now of trying to find some of these first time big time school coaches and make it work. Like we got a guy who proved it at Oregon, and now he's proving it at his alma mater.
And he has a chance, I guess you could say, to prove it on a national stage in the
Yeah.
CFP. Since you get in, it's going to be the probably the most televised or watched first round CFP game. There's really only two of them, in my opinion, that kind of have some cachet to them, and one of them is a repeat game from the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a little bit intrigued with it. Texas A&M, Miami. You guys got to go in there to College Station. Um, what are your thoughts about the A&M in this game and that program, and what are Miami fans saying?
It's funny because when the selection happened and Miami was in, there was just all it was celebration, and because there was so much anxiety leading up to it, like we felt like we should be in, but anything can happen. Especially that committee had Notre Dame ahead of us the whole time, and so when that flip happened, all we did was celebrate. Then you took a look at the bracket, it's like, oh boy, now we got to play some football, and it starts at Texas A&M, and I mean that's a well documented difficult place to play at Kyle Field. We did get them at noon, so that definitely helps Miami, I think. Other than the fact that the last time we played in a 11 a.m. Central Time kickoff in Texas was against SMU earlier this year, and that was not good. But it's going to be a tough matchup. I think Texas A&M has a really good defense, and it just rides and dies with Carson Beck with this team. In our two losses, Carson Beck really struggled. I think 6 total interceptions versus 2 touchdowns in those 2 losses. And then in our wins, he's looked elite, and his completion percentage is through the roof. He's super efficient. So it rides and dies with him, but it's not going to be an easy path for Miami. You win that game, then we've got Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. You win that game. If everything, like if the favorites win through, then you got Georgia. So it's like it's going to be a tough road. But this is just. I know we said that we've got standards and Miami's got it's championship or nothing kind of mentality, but the fact of when you're trying to kind of rebuild a program, this is that huge step. So I'll be honest with you, it's going to be disappointing if it doesn't go Miami's way in this playoff, but just being in the playoff is a huge step in that direction. That's my mentality. I sure as heck hope that's not the players and coaches' mentality. I hope it's win or nothing, but for me, I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the
Yeah.
honesty. I appreciate the honesty there, man. All right. I want to circle back and I want to talk about the CFP and Notre Dame and all of this and give you the opportunity to close out this podcast by speaking your mind. Since we posted a video 2 days ago about Notre Dame, I titled it, Did Notre Dame Get Screwed? The comments in there are overwhelmingly from Notre Dame fans saying yes. The actions that the athletic director from Notre Dame has taken in regards to the ACC, as a member of the ACC, as I would say the leading member of the ACC who I guess fights or leads the charge against Notre Dame, maybe in a way of looking at it from your standpoint in the rivalry. What do you think about their actions and refusing to play in the bowl game and then coming so hard at the ACC?
I mean, I disagree with it. I think, first of all, the way that the ACC handled it, the only Miami is a football member of the ACC. I get Notre Dame's got this deal with the ACC, and for their non-football teams are members, and it's part of the football schedule and all that. But the Miami is an ACC member who beat Notre Dame week 1. So what is the ACC supposed to do but in this selection process fight for what everybody thinks should be the right call of the head-to-head should matter, the resumes are identical, Miami should be in. So it's like, of course the ACC is going to, and the ACC realizes they're not going to get a team in probably. They need something to happen in this playoff. Miami's their best option there because what happened on the field. It's not like they were just pulling this out of thin air and was like, we just like Miami better. Let's fight for them to get in over Notre Dame. And then to not play a bowl, I actually haven't seen like the final way that this was decided. I saw reports that it was Marcus Freeman met with the captains and they made a decision versus if it was the whole team. I don't know if that's been confirmed of how they came about this decision, but to me, it's like, I'm just, if you miss out, you still have so many players that one of the great things about bowl season now, because of the transfer portal and players sitting out, is you get a chance to see guys that you haven't seen all season get a chance to play. Your seniors, Notre Dame seniors didn't even know that they're going to have their last game, and now all of a sudden their season's over. It's like, go out and play the bowl. It's fun for the fans to get to go to Pop Tart Bowl Orlando. I went last year. It was a great time. It's like, it's fun. It's silly. End the season on a good note. And it's just in 2 days to like make all of these decisions and kind of go scorched earth. I get the passion of why they should be doing this, but it's like, I feel like they're kind of just, to me, it's like they're crying about it now. It's like, it's kind of pathetic at the end. Like, it's getting a little much. As far as Notre Dame feeling they got snubbed, I agree. Notre Dame should be in, like, Notre Dame's a better team than Alabama. Alabama, like, I thought they were kind of too highly ranked to begin with, but they made it to the SEC championship. That goes to like where these conference championships, how you get into the conference championship, what these conference championships mean. That's a whole nother discussion because you can't punish Bama, I guess, but for Bama not to drop from number 9 and for Notre Dame to drop out, it's tough. But the Notre Dame versus Miami debate, there was no debate for me. It's like Miami had to be in over Notre Dame. The debate was between Notre Dame and Alabama. So I get that's where, if you're a Notre Dame fan, you're like, we should be in over Bama. I get it, but what are you going to do?
Take your ball and go home.
Yeah, that's what they did.
I guess I guess that would be the sentiment by those who are not Notre Dame fans. I understand. I get the anger. I get the frustration. I get the,
Yeah.
you know, all of that from their standpoint. What is lost in translation here, in my opinion, from a um, from a fan standpoint, is the dollars that are affected here. ACC, there's an amount of money given to the ACC for being in the CFP. There's an amount of money that Notre Dame would have received for being in the CFP. And from an administrative athletic department standpoint, when you, as a conference, say, we've got these member schools and we're not going to be able to pay them any money from the CFP this year unless we get Virginia wins or we get Miami in.
Yeah.
And then Notre Dame's upset about that. It's like, guys, but you don't look at the pie. You get the whole pie if you get in.
Right.
And the ACC's divvying up that pie to their member schools. And I guarantee a lot of schools have had that money baked into their 2026 budgets already.
Yeah.
And that was a very, very big deal. So is there a little bit of politicking going on there? Absolutely there is.
Yeah.
But that's the college football we live in. in 2020 and 2025 currently? I thought you answered that very well. As a rival of Notre Dame, and I would say the greatest rival in the ACC to Notre Dame. Sorry, Boston College, I don't see it.
It was a good
Uh,
game this year, though.
uh,
Boston College had him on the ropes.
um, where do you think this goes? Does this just add more fuel to the rivalry for
Oh, yeah.
this story? Like you convicts versus Catholics, and now you've got
Yeah.
the 2025 CFP snub and or
Yeah.
the flip, whatever we're gonna call it. Like, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I love college football is this crap right here.
Exactly. Like the people are complaining about the playoffs and all that. It's like we've been able to talk about this for a month now, and it's been awesome. The debates and like going to work and talking to coworkers about it. And Miami plays at Notre Dame in November next year. It's going to be insane, especially if you look at Notre Dame's schedule. It's not too difficult. Notre Dame should be undefeated heading into that game. Um, and part of it, like, there are a lot of Notre Dame fans. It's weird because it's like they understand Miami being in, but they're still, if Miami wasn't there, Notre Dame would be in. So it's still like pitting us against each other. So they're in a tough spot where they're like, we get it and we hate it. I think a lot of Notre Dame fans don't even know what to argue, just the fact that they should be in. They're like, we're one of the 12 best teams. We should be in. And then you bring in like UC JMU and Tulane there, and that drives them crazy. But those are whole other discussions. But to answer your question, it only helps this rivalry. Next year is going to be nuts. And I said if Notre Dame got in instead of Miami, it would be, as a Miami fan, we'd be furious. I said we should cancel the game because it doesn't matter. It's like you beat Notre Dame. Why does it even matter? Now, don't cancel the game.
I'll say this: when the season's over and you quickly turn the page and you look at 2026 and everybody's making their top 10 lists, I'm not so sure the number one game on 2026 is not Miami and South Bend against Notre Dame. I think that
Yeah.
might be the
In
number one game.
November.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that
be
what's what
nuts.
they've been asking for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is,
exactly.
I mean, I
Uh,
live up here, dude. I'll tell you,
yeah.
November's no joke, bro.
No,
You
no.
gotta be tough, man.
Yeah. I mean, we had a freshman on the team this year that it was his first time like out of state playing in the cold when we played at Virginia Tech. So you're gonna have a couple of those on the Hurricane squad. First time seeing snow, maybe. It'll be
Uh,
interesting.
it will be interesting, and we will be here covering it right here at the College Huddle. Joe, tell everybody about Miami Nights and where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, Miami Nights podcast. You can find us anywhere you listen to your podcast. We're also on YouTube this year, so that's been doing well. And we got lots of coverage to the playoffs coming up. We're going to be doing a little interview with Texas A&M College Huddle podcast coming up soon. And yeah, hopefully keep on going. Hopefully we get Ohio State in a few weeks too. So
We'll be
follow us
seeing each
there.
other again, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, head on over to thecollegehuddle.com. That's our website. If you scroll over to ACC down to Miami, you'll find all of their links there. You can find them as well as Texas A&M if you are a Miami fan and you want to get yourself a little prep that way as well. Joe, thank you so much for joining me, man. I'm really looking forward to that big game. We'll be talking about it here at the College Huddle as we get closer to the game there in Texas against A&M. Make sure you're locked in, everybody, right here at the College Huddle. Till next time, enjoy your day. We'll be back with another video with you shortly. It's how we roll here at the College Huddle.
Thanks, Eric. Go Canes.